It is 10:30 a.m. Saturday morning in this wonderful municipality, State College, Pennsylvania. Starting off my morning with some Pedialyte. If you saw my Instagram live last night, you'll know why I desperately need Pedialyte. Last night we took an L, so this morning we replenish our electrolytes. Just like that Dos Equis guy says, I don't always drink, but when I do, I black the fuck out. I get a lot of questions about like how drinking affects gains, and it does, like, a lot. Like, a night like that's gonna set you back, like one night like that's gonna set you back probably, like, I'd say 2 days maybe. And if you're doing that like consistently, like every weekend or like even every other weekend, like it's going to slow down your progress to a decent extent. Like I haven't drank since November. So if you eat and train and sleep like a Greek god 99% of the time, then you can afford to have a fun night. Unless you're like a bodybuilder. If you're just like into that fitness lifestyle, you just want to like look good and have fun, then yeah, you can afford a night like that every once in a while. I mean, it's up to you how much, but just know that like the more fun you have, the slower your progress is going to be. And if you're doing it way too consistently, then you won't be able to make progress. So I'm probably going to head to the gym in maybe like a half hour, trying to hit chest today. And yeah, I feel like I want to bench today. I haven't benched in so long, like actual like flat barbell bench, and I've been progressing a lot on incline dumbbells, so we'll see where my flat bench is at. Might do flat dumbbell bench, but I want to do something flat instead of starting out all my chest days with incline.
Alright, it's time to talk one-on-one with everyone here. Listen carefully, bros. This is the revolution. It's a fucking act. There is no Zyzz. Get sick cunt if you want to be, bro. Stop being a fucking sad cunt, alright? Go out, get bitches, and be a fucking sick cunt like Zyzz, bro. You fucking little sad cunt? Fuck that shit, bro. Every little fucking hater's gonna hate, bro.
I saw a comment on my page like a couple videos ago. It said, didn't know Greek gods still existed till I watched this. And then I responded to that saying, we're an endangered species, but I'm repopulating. And then like, after I wrote that comment, like I was starting to write so much more, and I just realized like how fucking motivational I was getting. So I switched over to notes, and I literally wrote like a whole ass essay. And like, so in Zyzz the Legacy, when he's like sitting in front of his desktop and he's just saying like everyone has a bit of Zyzz in them, I feel like not enough people understand like really how deep he was getting and like what he really meant by that. The transformation video that's like the center of my channel, if like you click on my channel, that says like Geek Squad to Greek God, and I posted that same thing on my TikTok with like the younger like idiot platform, and half the comments are like, this kid doesn't look like a Greek god, he has an average physique. That's funny when people say that I have an average physique, and literally like I'm walking down the street looking around and I look better than almost everyone. I'm in the gym looking around, look better than almost everyone. So how the fuck do I have an average physique? If I have an average physique, then I just don't. Like, look around, walk to some like populated area and look around and tell me how many people look like me. And it's not even like, obviously I'm not the biggest version of myself yet. I'm not the most aesthetic version of myself, but I'm still calling myself a Greek god. Greek god is a lifestyle, not an aesthetic. And this is where like the motivational shit starts. Greek god is a lifestyle, not an aesthetic. Wherever you are now, you can approach the Greek god version of yourself. It's like, when I say I look like a Greek god, it's that I'm becoming the Greek god version of myself. When I was 18, first got into lifting, I took that first transformation picture in the mirror. You guys know how iconic that mirror is. I took that first transformation picture with my big ass glasses, looking like a fucking nerd, and on the other end of that mirror, when I looked into that mirror, I saw the greatest, most aesthetic Greek god version of myself. I did not see the fat, nerdy little Benjamin. Benjamin looked into that fucking mirror and saw Ben. That's what I mean by being a fucking Greek god. You become the greatest version of yourself, and right now, you're doing everything in your power to, like, transpire that person. You're literally evolving. You're dialing in your diet and training and just like lifestyle choices in general, becoming more confident in yourself. And I'm so far ahead of where I started, I'm not even close to that final form. Will I ever eventually like reach that final form that I saw in the mirror that one day? I might, and not that, no, fuck that. I will reach that final form, but I might always want more. You can only progress your physique a certain way. Everyone has boundaries, genetic boundaries, so there's one final form that I'm approaching, but even when I reach that, I'm just like always going to want more than that. And it's not just about like approaching that final form, it's also like mentally you can always better yourself. There's always something that you can learn. Nobody in this world knows everything, and if you have that mindset that like you know everything, you're the smartest and no one can teach you anything, that's a fucking horrible mindset. I used to have that mindset that like I just felt like I was better than people and I wouldn't listen to people's advice. But people will give you good advice, and you have to listen to the right people, and that will guide you just like in your fucking self evolution to the greatest like Greek god version of yourself. Everyone has a bit of Zyzz in them. Everyone has that inner Greek god. You have to harness your inner Zeus, and once you figure out where he is on the inside, once you get in that mental state that you know, like, you just have that tunnel vision at like the end point where you want to get to, then you can literally progress physically to get to that final form. You have to find your inner Greek god and get in that mental state, and eventually you turn into looking how you want to look, if that makes any sense. I didn't even read from the shit that I wrote, but pretty much that's what I said. And what did I say at the end? I want everyone to be a Greek god supports his fellow gods and goddesses no matter how far in their progression they may be. I want everyone to be as successful as I want to be. Not as successful as me, as successful as I want to be. I have $1 million dreams, and I want you guys to have $1 million dreams as well. We're all gonna make it, brahs. Pre-workout, just gonna have like an energy drink.
If you're a fucking shredded sick cunt, you don't have anything, bro. You can call some fat cunt making this
Just some caffeine pre-workout, and then, yeah, gonna crush some fucking chest. I'm a dying species, fellas. You know why? Because so many people at Penn State, like in this town, were as fucked up as me last night. But you know what? They're not awake right now. They're not walking to the gym to smash some chest right now. And this generation's just so fucking soft. That's why I need to revive the Greek god lifestyle. Like, people think that I'm like narcissistic just because of like how much I love myself, but like you can't be like proud of yourself anymore these days without being called a narcissist. And I feel like that's why my following is kind of like a cult, because the people who watch my videos and like my stuff, like I feel like people who watch my videos think I'm like the greatest person of all time. like, I think I'm the greatest person of all time, or one of. I want you guys to have my mindset. When you're proud of your physique these days, like on TikTok, you just get shit on and saying like you don't look good enough. Like, fuck you. Who are you to say that I don't look good enough? I look fucking sick, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Do I look as sick as I possibly could be? No. Are there people that look better than me? Yes. But does that mean that I don't look fucking amazing? No, I look fucking amazing, and we're going to the gym to hit some chest to look even more fucking amazing. Let's have an easy lift, boys. Post-workout, I'm gonna do like 20 to 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, and I haven't really been doing like regular cardio in the gym because I'm like walking around so much now. Like, I walk to the gym and back every day. It's like walking to town and stuff, so I feel like I get enough steps in, and I really don't need to do cardio in the gym. But pretty much like had a cheat day last night, so just to compensate for the extra calories, not trying to get fat, you know, stay looking like a Greek god. All right, 20 minutes of cardio is complete. Not too many people living like this. It's not even hard. Just put your head down and walk for 20 minutes like you're not gonna die. That's so you can have fun like every once in a while and recover fast as fuck. Just put your head down, put in the work. I just completed a saucy chest workout and 20 minutes of cardio while all my friends are probably still sleeping, like crying about their hangover. Like, stop being a pussy and get in here. Back from the gym, that session felt pretty good. Put up 85-pound dumbbells on flat for 6, which like I think I did 90s for 6 on incline last week. So I mean, obviously I'm gonna be weaker like after last night, but it's pretty solid. Like, I'm gonna switch to starting out all my chest days with flat dumbbells instead of incline, just because I feel like flat's just like a better like overall chest builder. Hopefully like in the next like week or two, I can progress to putting up like hundreds, like obviously when I get a good pre-workout meal and like I get a good night's sleep the night before, so I feel like, yeah, I'll be a lot stronger, like, under better conditions, pretty much what I'm trying to say. Sitting in this room, I'm realizing that I really need to decorate more. I need, like, a big-ass mirror over here. I feel like that would really, like, set the tone for this room, and I need to wake up and be able to look at myself, see how, like, sick I look every morning. It's hard to look at myself without a mirror, you know? Gotta like set up the phone over there and look at myself, because you can't wake up and not look at yourself. You gotta love yourself and love how fucking sick you look every morning. I'm not a narcissist. I just love how I look, and I want you guys to love how much you guys look like as much as I love how I look like, if that makes any sense. I don't look nearly as good as I want to look like in the future, but I just know that I'm going to get there. I know that I'm going to make it, and since I know that I'm going to make it, I know that you guys are going to make it. We're all going to fucking make it, brahs. Post-workout meal, got cold chicken breast in a bag, and I'm definitely not eating carbs today, and I'm going to limit my carbs for like the next like 2 days or so, because you have to look at how your body uses like nutrients like carbohydrates, protein, fats on a weekly basis or like a couple days basis. You can't look at it on a 1 day basis. It doesn't matter if you're in a caloric deficit or a caloric surplus 1 day. What matters is your net caloric surplus or deficit in the long run, if you want to lose or gain weight, like depending on your goals. So if you have 1 day where you eat too many carbs, then just don't eat as many carbs the next day, and it offsets. Like, obviously you can't yo-yo diet your entire life. Like, for the most 99% of the time, I'm eating like the same every day. But if there's 1 day when you eat too much, just compensate by not eating as much the next day. Some people say that I'm promoting like a binge starve cycle, but I'm talking like once every 2 months you might do this. If you're binging and then starving yourself like every week, then yeah, you have an eating disorder. But if you're doing it like once every 2 months, no. It's just me being dedicated. It's not. I hate when people try to say that you have an eating disorder when really you're just dedicated as fuck. Like, my mom tries to say that I have an eating disorder because I weigh my food. I just don't want to be fucking fat. Like, what's wrong with that? Not wanting to be fat these days is an eating disorder, and that's the problem with this world. Everyone's so fucking soft. Finished that food. Just wanted to update you guys on the plans I have for this summer. So I will be working with a coach, and I am not planning on competing this summer anymore. I want to take this summer at least to grow, and I'm either competing later in 2021 or the summer of 2022. Haven't decided yet. But he does want me to compete in classic, not men's physique. So let me know your thoughts on that. Just gonna take the next like at least like 6 months or so, really dial in the lagging body parts I have, just like put on overall size, and I'm going to look freaking amazing. Gonna buy a mirror today probably so that I can look at myself more and see how amazing I look every day. That's gonna do it for the video today. Use my fucking codes, code BenDonYoungLA for 15% off, and start the motherfucking revolution. Even though we already started it, keep the revolution going. It's only the beginning. We're all gonna make it. Peace.